welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, what's up? My name is Lisa. Definitely make sure you subscribe. For today's video, I will be doing a girl talk, and I haven't done one of these in months. I can't even remember when I did one somewhere last year, and I decided it was time for a new one because a lot of you asked for it, and I just thought it would be fun. I asked you guys on Instagram to send in questions and topics to talk about. Haven't really looked into them too much. I scrolled through them for a little bit, but I didn't really read into every single one, so I'm just gonna do that now. I'm not going to be saying any usernames, just to make sure that anyone who didn't want to be mentioned won't be mentioned. I made myself some coffee. I want this to be a very chill vibe. I kind of want you to feel like you're sitting down with a friend and just talking, or like getting advice from a friend. Get yourself a snack, get yourself some coffee, and let's just go ahead and get into the video. I can't really remember what I talked about in all my past girl talks, so there's definitely a chance I'll be repeating myself. Some of the questions might be similar or the same, and I might even answer a question differently than I did before because it's been a while and obviously opinions change. Maybe I've went through something in the meantime that made me think about something differently. So someone asked me to talk about how to not compare yourself to other girls online / influencers. Pretty sure I've answered this before. Don't know what I said, but this is something that even I struggle with. Like, I feel like everyone kind of does this, and it can be very triggering. That's my dog. It can be very triggering and really tear you down. Like, it's happened to me before. What I've done to definitely like lessen the comparison is just unfollowing people that make you feel bad about yourself. Like, not saying they're a bad person, but sometimes you're following these like models that show off their body and look really good, which power to them. But if that makes you feel insecure, or you're like, oh my god, she's so skinny and I'm not, like, I would say just unfollow them, because by not seeing that anymore, it helps a ton. I've done that and it has helped a lot. Now on my Instagram, I just follow people whose aesthetic I really like, and I do follow some like fitness girls that inspire me to work out or like give tips on stuff. You always kind of compare yourself to people, but by unfollowing the people that make you feel really bad about yourself, that really helps out a lot. And just following pages that inspire you, make you happy, make you laugh. How do you deal with staying healthy during quarantine? So I have not been staying very healthy. I have been exercising, but my like diet and the foods I eat have been very like bad, like overall. But I've actually, this week, I'm kind of trying this new like little challenge for myself, and I'm kind of like planning out my meals and just buying like healthy foods that I can cook and snack on. And I mean, I don't really know, it's very hard, and I would say maybe try meal planning. Like, meal planning for me definitely helps me kind of stay on track so that I know what I'm eating, when I'm eating. If I'm like trying to stick to that, I'm less likely to go and grab something else or like snack on like anything bad in the house or like order something. But it's honestly really hard, and I don't even know what tips to give you besides that. What to do if a boy tells you he cares / loves you, yet his actions show different? That's toxic behavior. That's him literally just playing with you. If a boy truly cares and loves you, he will show that. And the boys that tell you that but then treat you completely different are playing with you. And even if he gets mad when you try to end it, please get out of the relationship, because it's very toxic and it's not going to make you any happier. You deserve someone who doesn't only tell you the right things but actually shows you them, and like his actions are like pure and his intentions are right. Don't let boys play you, please. Like, it's such a waste of time. It's so tiring. I've been through it. They'll say one thing and do the other, and it's just exhausting. So please get out while you still can. How long should it take for the relationship to be official? I've never been in a relationship. I've definitely obviously dated people, but I haven't been in a relationship. I don't think there's like a specific answer for this. I just think it's whenever the both of you feel like you're ready and it feels right. Like, some people will say that after 2 weeks, and some will say after 6 months. Like, I don't think there's a right answer. It's just whenever you feel like the time is right, and it doesn't really matter, I think. How do I stop comparing my ex-boyfriend to every other guy that comes into my life? Okay, this one, I definitely feel you on it. Like I said, haven't been in a relationship, but obviously I've dated people, and I feel like I definitely still compare one person to every other person that I meet, especially if the relationship or whatever you guys had going was very positive and you, I don't know, like I'm trying not to give away too much, but like if there was a lot of positives about that past relationship or person you dated, you kind of start comparing that to others. And if what I do is like if I talk to someone and it doesn't feel as good as it felt with the person that I still have in mind, then I'm just like, okay, never mind, like I don't need this because it's not as good, which in a way can be kind of good because I'm not wasting my time on anyone who I feel like just doesn't like click with me, doesn't match me, whatever. You're probably also like getting rid of the right guys, like the guys that you should actually be talking to. It's really hard. I'd say just try to give people a chance, and also just listen to your feeling and to your heart. Like if you're talking to someone and you're like, oh, they're not as good as this person, ask yourself why. If it's because, oh, they're not as cute or this or that, I'm like, that isn't really a legit reason to me. I would say if it's like, oh, they can't hold a conversation like this person could, or our humor doesn't match like the way it did with him, then obviously those are legit reasons that you would maybe be like, I don't know if this person is right for me. But also your ex, like you guys broke up for a reason, so clearly there was something there that also wasn't right. It's really hard. I don't know, I do it too, so I honestly cannot even sit here and be like, you shouldn't do it, because I do as well. What's your opinion on not having sex before marriage? I think this is like, I don't really care if people choose to do that. It's not my body, not my life. Anyone who can do that and wants to do that, I respect. Like I don't think there's any reason for me to be like, oh, you should not do that. Personally, I could not be that person. Like I don't even care that much about marriage. Like sure, I definitely want to get married one day, but more so just for like the whole wedding thing, like getting a dress, a ring, having like your loved ones with you, like the whole ceremony. But I don't care that much about marriage that I'm like, oh, like I have to wait until marriage, because I feel like marriage is just kind of like, you don't have to get married to know that this is your person. I feel like marriage is just kind of that little cherry on top of the cake. I don't think it's that important, so I personally wouldn't wait until marriage. But if you do, that's completely fine and that's up to you. Like it doesn't really matter. Someone said, girl, masturbation is okay. Masturbation is okay for anyone. It's natural. It's a human thing. Don't be ashamed if you do it. It's so normal, and like it's a good thing, like as long as you don't overdo it. As a girl or a woman, it's a great way to be able to explore your body and like feel comfortable with your body, because I mean, it's, I don't know, it's part of life. Being comfortable by yourself, like not wanting a boyfriend or girlfriend. I actually answered this on my story as well a couple days ago, I think, and I don't remember exactly what I said, but basically being single isn't anything negative. Like I feel like a lot of people see it as like a negative thing, like, oh, you're single, you're lonely. Like I personally cherish my alone time so much, and of course I'd love to be in a relationship. Like I'd love to find that one person for me, but I'm also not in a rush. Like it's like, cherish the time that you have by yourself. You're not tied down to anyone. You don't have to like feel restricted in any way. Just have fun dating around and talking to different people, and also just focus on yourself. It's a great time to like practice self-love, finding yourself, loving yourself. And yeah, to me, dating has just been such a headache that I don't even want to think about it. Like I love to be in a relationship, but I just want to skip the whole dating thing. Like, can we just like, oh my god, I hate it. Like fast forward. Like I hate the dating phase. Like it's awful. And also I feel like when you're so focused on, oh my god, I'm single, I'm so lonely, I need to find someone, you're not gonna find the person, because you're just gonna be looking for it. And I feel like the right person, or anyone, really doesn't have to be the one, but like someone will come onto your path when you least expect it, when you're not looking for it, when you're just like living life. How to get the boy you want. I feel like I've also answered this before. At this point, I like don't even know how I would answer that. Like I think guys usually come towards you when you're not trying, and when you're kind of like just living your life. That's kind of been my experience, really. But also, I don't know, like I haven't dated that many people, but the people that I have dated, I don't think I had to try that hard to like get them. Like I obviously didn't end up in a relationship with them, but like I didn't have to try that hard, because if a guy likes you, he likes you, and if he doesn't, he doesn't. Like if a guy likes you and he wants to pursue something, he will obviously like go after you, and you don't have to like literally go to the moon to try, and I don't even know if that's a thing, but you don't have to try that hard to like get them to talk to you or anything like that. Like if they like you, they will, and if they don't like you, they most likely will not try. When would you want to have kids? So my answer used to be like 21, 22. Like I wanted to be a young mom, and I still do, but since I'm starting school in September, my mind has obviously kind of changed, and like, okay, well, I don't really want to have any kids while I'm in school. First of all, I still need to like obviously meet the person for me. Like I'm not even in a relationship, but I'm hoping maybe towards the end of my school career, like in like 4 years or something, I'll be hopefully in a happy relationship. Probably around that time, like I would love to have my first kid. But honestly, life just is so weird. Like you never know what happens. First I gotta find myself a person to have a baby with, because it's probably a smart thing to do. What did I even have in? I literally have no idea. What the hell? I just put down my coffee and it went everywhere. How do you deal with toxic friendships? I do not deal with them. Like I do not tolerate bullshit. So if I were to have a friend that treated me bad or did like just had toxic ways, I'm very quick to cut you off. Like I'm not afraid to do that. Even if you mean so much to me, I do not tolerate bullshit, which is also why I have a very small friend group. Like I have a couple of very close friends, and then some, you know, friends on the side that like I can hang out with and I care for. But besides that, I keep my circle small. I do not tolerate toxic people, so it's pretty easy for me. How do you handle negative people now that your platform is growing? So I try to ignore it as much as I can, but I'm also like, sometimes I kind of like a little bit of an argument. So recently I actually posted on my story about cultural appropriation, and then people came into my DMs and wanted to tell me I was wrong and that it wasn't a thing, and this and that, just very ignorant and uneducated. And I definitely answered some of them, and I kind of went into like a discussion with them. But I try to just not pay too much attention to it. If I get like negative comments, I just delete them. Like I'm not even gonna fight with people. And then sometimes I reply to DMs, sometimes I delete DMs, sometimes I just leave them unanswered. That's pretty much it. I don't really let people like that get to me because they don't really know me. So like anyone who doesn't truly know me as a person, their opinion about me, like negative opinion about me, does not matter to me. Because if like a person close to me or that I love would tell me like something that I've done or something bad about me, I would actually care about it because they know me, and like, I don't know, kind of like that. Do you think one night stands are gross? No, I don't, as long as you obviously use protection, because you don't know what the other person is doing. My bestie has a boyfriend now, which I'm happy with, but we don't chill anymore. Kind of sucks. I would definitely say just tell her, just be like, hey, like I'm literally so happy for you that you and this person are together, but I really miss you and I'd love if we could hang out more. Like I feel like I'm not seeing you anymore. Just be straight up. If they're your bestie, you would be able to tell them that straight up. And obviously if they react in a negative way, then they're not very much of a great friend if they're like putting their relationship above your guys' like friendship. But she probably doesn't even realize, because she's obviously so caught up in the relationship and she's like having fun. So definitely just let her know like, hey, I'd love to see you more. Like I feel like we don't hang out that much anymore, like whatever. Can you give any tips on how to shave down there? Don't shave, wax. Tell us about your love life. My love life is so dead. I definitely talk to people here and there, but like it's nothing interesting. I'm just chilling right now. Like I'm just so focused on my own stuff, and if like someone slides my DMs or like whatever, I'll like talk to them if I think they're cute, but nothing interesting is going on at the moment. How do you deal with anxiety when attending events? Well, my social anxiety definitely kicks in when I go to like events for like beauty or like whatever, or like going to a club or something, but I never go by myself. So whenever I'm with someone, my anxiety is a lot less bad. And especially if it's like for clubs, like if I'm familiar with the club, I don't get anxiety anymore. And like obviously I'm with someone, so that helps. If I'm going to like a beauty event and I'm like not really sure where it is or like whatever, I'll be like a little anxious, but as long as I'm with someone, it's not as bad. Like that's why I never go to events by myself. I always bring like a friend, or I go with my sister. So yeah. Overcoming depression and methods that help you. So I have been very depressed before. I think it was like 14 when it started, maybe 13. I just went to therapy. That really helped me out. I never really did it on my own. Like, I definitely went to therapy for it. So if you are feeling depressed, I would just suggest definitely seeking help so you can actually get a diagnosis. And I'm gonna end the video here because my camera is dying, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you did, and of course subscribe. Let me know down below if you want me to continue doing these, how often you want me to do that, maybe every 2 months or something. And also follow me on my Instagram if you want to see daily content of me. Turn on my post notifications so that you'll be notified every time I upload a video. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video.